Hi everyone, it's me Emma again, and I am here with another wonderful tutorial on Brevo. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe, and also do not forget to like this video. And also, you can share it with any of your Brevo users so that they can be able to get how to from this tutorial we are about to do. Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create a segment in Brevo. So let's get started. In my last video, I showed you how to upload a list in Brevo, and we want to see how you can segment your contacts into different segments so that you can be able to easily access all of those contacts in different segments. So when you come over to contact and you go into segments, you are going to see that we have this button here called create segment, and when you click on create segment, you can see that there are different templates you can select from. So we have the email marketing templates you can select from, people who have engaged your emails, people who have unengaged for a particular time, and all of your email subscribers. You can also check for SMS, so people who are frequently contacted by SMS and those who have not been contacted by SMS for a while, and that is if you are using the SMS feature in Brevo. We also have the demographics. You can check people from a particular country by using their country code. You can also check the next tags you have for each of your contacts. Let's imagine that you did not see what you want from all of this template. You can also decide to create your own segment from scratch. So when you click on create your segment from scratch, you will see that you can be able to add different filters. So I created this dummy list and I have uploaded them into Brevo, and as you can see, we have different lead status. So we can decide that we want to check for only those people who are in the lead status called new and open or in progress, or we can check for those people coming from websites, or those people coming from YouTube, or people coming from any of the lead source you want. So I'm just going to create a simple segment so you can be able to see how it works. And before I create this segment, let me just give you a rundown of all of these filters to create the segment. So for the contact details, this is going to check for all of the details you have currently in Brevo. You can also check for all the custom fields you have created. For instance, I have created all of those custom attributes, also known as custom fields, so you can be able to create segments on all of these contact details. You can also be able to create segments on the email status, if it is sent, if it is received, if it is opened, and if a link is clicked in an email. You can also specify what link has been clicked in email. You can also segment those people who opened an email, and you can even segment the particular email they opened. So you go back, you can also choose your SMS event. So if the SMS is sent, if it is received, if they unsubscribe from the SMS, you can be able to create that filter also. And also, if the SMS gets bounced, you can be able to create a filter to filter out all those people who are marking as soft bounce or hard bounce, whichever one it is. You can also segment based on deal events, and this is going to be triggered. This filter is going to be triggered if there is any deal events going on for a particular contact. So let's imagine that a deal state changed, or a deal is created for a particular contact, or a task is completed. You can be able to create that filter and create a segment. Yeah, so you can also determine to create a filter through meetings. So let's imagine that a meeting is booked, or it is started for that particular contact, or it is cancelled. You can create a segment based on all of these criteria for meetings, and you can have them in there. You can also have filters for phone. So if you call them and the call is finished, or there is no finished call at all, you can also create a segment based on complaints. So you can be able to check for particular contacts in a company. So let's imagine that you have like about 20 contacts for a particular company. You can be able to segment them based on the name. So if the name is, then you can write the company's name. So that is how to segment all of this through all of this filter. I'm just going to use the basic one that I want to use for my contact. So I'm just going to say if the lead status, yeah, so as you can see, it has opened this tab over here where I can select the conditions I want this segment to fulfill. So if I say the lead status is equal to, I can say it is equal to, or if it is not equal to, or if my lead status is empty, or if it has any value. So that means if it is empty, we want to see all of those people who do not have a lead status. So I want to say it is equal to, then you can be able to see the drop down of your lead status. Then you can pick whatever option you feel is going to work for the particular filter you want. Okay, so I want to see all of those people who are unqualified, and you can also include if you want to add another if you want to add another filter here, or if you want to use it all. So what this means is that if you use hand, you are saying that it must fulfill the first condition and the second condition you are about to create. That means if it fulfills one of them, this filter is not going to be triggered. This filter, it's not going to work for the particular contact. But you are saying that if the first condition is fulfilled, the second one must also be fulfilled. So you click on hand. Okay, let's say the lead status is unqualified, and they unsubscribe from of all emails. So that means we are saying that they are actually unqualified already, and they then unsubscribe from all emails or from any type of email. So if it is any type of emails you want to pick, you can pick that. You can also pick if it is an email campaign they unsubscribe from, or if it is a transactional email. You can also determine which transactional email they unsubscribe from, or you can determine which email campaign they unsubscribe from. So yeah, if you want to choose the campaign they unsubscribe from, you can use the email name or the email tag. But if it is any type of email, you can choose which type of email also through the email name and the email tag. So you want to include if they unsubscribe at least one time in the last 6 months. So that means it's going to track back to the last 6 months, and it's going to check for every of the contacts that have unsubscribed in that particular time frame. You can also decide to increase this 6 months to whatever you want. You can increase it maybe 12, or you can increase it to 7, or whatever you want in here. You can also say that you want to check overtime, and overtime is going to check for every of your contacts since you created your account. That is the meaning of the overtime. You can also check for an exact date. So if they actually unsubscribe on a particular date, you also want to check for that. You can also check for before a particular date, you have to include the date over here and say, okay, I want to check for contacts who unsubscribe before the 12th of May, or I want to check for contacts who unsubscribe before the 1st of May. And you can also include that date in here. You can also check for the after period. So let's say you want to check for contacts who unsubscribe after the 1st of May. You can also check for a fixed period, and that means you only want to check from contact from a particular date to another date. So I want to check for contacts who unsubscribe from only May. So I will just check for the 1st of May till today, which is 28th of May. So that is how to use all of those categories and all of these conditions. So if you are done with all of this, great. If you are done with the conditions and you've seen that you've added everything, and you have to make sure that the conditions you are putting together, it's possible. So you have to make sure that the first condition and the second condition can be fulfilled together. So you can decide to add another condition if you want, or you can click on all. So when you click on all, you are saying that if first condition is fulfilled, or the second one you're about to create. So let's say you click on or and you want to check for the lead status. Oops, sorry. I'm supposed to choose contact details, then I'm supposed to check for lead status. So the lead status is equal to unqualified, and we want to check if they get bounced. So you can check for email classed as soft bounce, and you can also include a hand, and you can say you want to also check for email classified as hard bounce. So that is going to check for all of those conditions, and it's going to filter out those contacts. So if you want to include any type of email, like I said before, you can do that. And you want to check in the last 1 year, you can also do that. You can change this to 12 months. And if you want to check for the ad bounce for any email, or you can choose to do that for email campaigns. And the thing to note here is that when you pick the two of this, you are saying that the condition must be fulfilled for the three of them. So that means the lead status must be unqualified, and the email must be marked as soft bounce at least once, and the email must also be marked as hard bounce at least once. So that is the meaning of this hand. So if it is an or over here, you are saying that either one of the conditions can be fulfilled. So it is either the first one or the second one. So I'm done with this. I'm just going to save this as a segment, and I'm going to name this athletes, because if they are getting bounced and actually they are unqualified, I do not need to really put more attention to them because they are actually bad leads. So I can click on create, and this segment is going to be created in my Brevo account. So I want to check for people in a particular from a particular lead source. What I also do is that I go back into segment, and I create a segment, and I create a segment from scratch. And you can click on the contact details, and you can search for source. I can check the video over here how to create different fields in Brevo. So when you click on lead source, you can be able to see all of your lead source over here. So you want to check for leads that are coming from our website, and you want to check for lead source is equal to. If you are saying it is not equal to, you are saying that you want to check for all of the contacts from the different sources except from the ones from websites. So, but if you are saying it is equal to, you are saying that you are checking for all contacts coming from website. Okay, so let me come again. So what I mean is that if you say the lead source is equal to website, you are saying that you want to check all of the contacts that are coming from website. But if you are saying it is not equal to website, you are saying that you want to check for all of the contacts that are coming from different sources except the website. I hope that's clear. Yeah, so you can also check for if the lead source is empty or if it has any value. So if it has any value, that means there is something in there and it is not empty. But if it is empty, that means there is no lead source for that particular contact. So let's choose the is equal to website, and you can pick hand and add whatever other events you want to add to this. You can also include her, and you can include whatever other events you want to add to this website. Source to website, and I want the lead status to be opened and in progress. So let's save this as a segment, and let's name this high value leads. One of the things I also love about this segment is that when you are sending out a campaign, you can decide to send out to particular segment, or you can even decide to exclude them from that particular email. So I hope that's clear on how to create a segment. And if you have any questions, and if you are confused about anything, you can drop in a comment below, and I can answer all of your questions. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.